you can record up here.
Yes, we can.
Right
What
there.
law? We're in a public area.
This is not public.
Yes, it is.
So if you go to the
Are you a police officer?
I'm a deputy.
Are you?
Fregoso.
Okay, can you call you supervisor because it's not a.
Welcome back to the channel. What you're about to see is a confrontation that perfectly shows the ongoing battle between government policy and constitutional rights. A citizen journalist begins filming inside a public area of a jail facility, and within minutes, officers move in to shut it down. The question is, are they protecting security or violating the First Amendment?
We're working on a news story, so we have the right to be here as long as we don't interfere with you.
You have the right to be here, but you can record up here.
Yes, we can.
The curve.
That's just a
is
policy.
public.
That's just a policy, sir.
That's what we have.
Please call your sergeant. Please call your sergeant. Yeah.
Okay, what can we do for you guys?
Well, we're independent journalists. We're working on a story. We're not here to cause a problem. So I don't know what's the you guys need to de-escalate.
The best way to do so.
We have,
I was just telling you so that now we know.
the best way to do so is by not kicking us out because we have the right to be here. We're taxpayers.
The best way to do it is you can go to the sheriff's office building.
We are gonna go there right now too, but we're also can record here. We go to jails all over the country, so you can't just come over here and make this up.
But I'm trying to explain to you how will be the best way for you guys to achieve.
You don't need to explain. You don't need to explain to us anything, sir. We know what we're doing.
You can go to the sheriff's office building.
I will. I came here for both locations.
And
So,
request to speak to the public safety officer.
sir, I don't need to speak to nobody. I have
You
the
just
right.
asked me to speak to your supervisor, to my supervisor.
Well,
And I'm sending you to the person you want to talk to.
well, if you're gonna try to continue attempting to stop me from video recording
I'm
here,
not stopping you right now because you're continuing to record.
That's right.
But I'm telling you, you can go and request to speak to him to see how far you guys can get with the recording.
right here. Look, I can't go into private areas. I can't. But this area right here, and we're also not gonna film these people. We're not gonna. We don't want to do that. But we have the right to be here, brother.
Okay, but what are you trying to accomplish? How can we help you?
Right now, as of now, we're okay. But if we need any assistance, we'll let you know.
Okay, but is there? I mean, what's the purpose? What can we do?
We're working on a news story.
Because
That's all we
can't record. That's why I'm calling you guys.
Yes, we
You want me to
can.
bring in my supervisor?
Sir. We have the right. Listen.
Look at my supervisor. See,
We have. Didn't you take an oath to protect the Constitution?
definitely.
Okay, so we have the First
what I'm
Amendment.
trying to help you is this: whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you want to do.
We're not gonna be here rude to no.
All right, guys, listen carefully because this encounter starts getting tense immediately. A group of independent journalists begins recording inside what they believe is a public area of a government facility. Within seconds, a deputy approaches and questions their presence, insisting that recording in that specific space is not allowed under facility policy. But the journalists push back hard. They calmly explain they're working on a news story and exercising what they believe is their First Amendment right to record in public spaces, as long as they're not interfering with operations. The deputy keeps repeating that they should move to another area, suggesting the sheriff's office building instead. However, the journalists stand their ground, reminding the officer that policies are not laws and that taxpayers have the right to document government activity. Tension rises as both sides try to maintain respect while clearly disagreeing about the limits of filming.
Nobody. We just want to film. That's all we want to do.
And the same respect you're giving me is the same respect I'm giving you.
And it's always gonna be like that. I'm not going to disrespect
The only
you.
thing that I'm telling you, right? Because we're gonna respect each other.
Exactly.
Is for you to go to the sheriff's office building.
But you can't just tell us to leave from here because you're gonna,
request-
sir. You have to go over there and request the information because we know the information.
Yes,
We're gonna
you
go
have
over
to
there and
request
talk to people
see
over there.
whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish.
Correct, but you can't stop us from filming here.
Okay, but what are you trying to accomplish? So that
I just told you 30 times we're trying to video record.
Okay.
So you see from those doors over here is called freedom. This is freedom. You see? Oh God. Yo, Big Bob is here. Big Bob. Oh no. Oh, please tell me you're a nice guy, please. All right. Nice to meet you. I'm Enrique. Are you the supervisor? You're the sergeant.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. I requested to speak with you because I am being informed by this very nice officer that there's no filming in this area per policy. Now, we go around the whole country standing up for people's rights and inmates' rights as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And obviously, from those doors over here, it's called freedom. As long as I don't interfere with your business here, my video recording cannot be considered loitering or cannot be considered any illegal activity, because we're literally working. We're paying taxes on these videos.
Well, so the only issue with that is that the entire building is still a secure facility.
I understand.
And we don't allow recording in the facility.
I understand
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
I understand that.
And then even though this is like a public park, technically, because we have the public coming in here to visit and everything, this is still part of our secure facility. And so we don't allow recording in here.
I understand, sir, and respectfully, sir, policy is not law. So if anyone wants to conduct business here, such as going in there and visiting an inmate while they're here, they have the right to video record. Now, once you go beyond these doors, then you have to waive your rights, because it is a restricted area. So as long as I'm in a public area and I'm...
Now, this is where things start getting interesting. The conversation continues as the journalists repeatedly ask for a supervisor, emphasizing that they are not there to cause problems, but simply to document what happens in public government spaces. The deputy eventually agrees to call a sergeant, hoping the situation can be clarified. Moments later, the supervisor arrives, a large, imposing figure who immediately changes the tone of the encounter. The journalists introduce themselves and explain their mission, traveling across the country, documenting government transparency and educating people about constitutional rights. They argue that the area they're standing in is accessible to the public, meaning recording should be protected under the First Amendment's freedom of the press. But the sergeant explains that even though the public enters this space, it is still considered part of a secure facility, and the department maintains a strict no recording policy within the building.
Not creating a disturbance or interfering with the process that you guys have going on here. Our job cannot be interfered by you guys, because this is what our country is about. It's about freedom. It's about respect. And sometimes disrespect, because the First Amendment is not about the weather, it's about controversial speech. So even though we have the freedom of speech, we're not here to test our freedom of speech. We're here to test our freedom of the press, which is also our First Amendment right. So no rule from the state or federal can go against any of these civil liberties that we have.
Well, it's a little different because it applies to like a secure government facility.
I understand. Everywhere we go, we have the same policy, sir.
Sure.
So we're just bringing it in, and for the most part, I mean, sometimes we come across very aggressive officers. That's why I saw you, man. I said, please be a nice guy. I know. You can't judge nobody by how they look. You look like a very intimidating big guy. You know what I'm saying? But we're not here for that. We're here to just educate millions. We've educated more than 100 million people. We have thousands of people watching you guys right now. Well, we're not live, but when we upload these videos,
do you guys have a YouTube channel or anything?
We do. We're Auditing America.
Auditing America.
Yes. So we praise good employees, good police officers all over the country. We've gone viral many times for having conversations like this one. Right. You know what I'm saying, brother? Where sometimes, we may have a misunderstanding, but we can come to an agreement. Yeah. Like, yes, there may be a policy here that there's no filming here, but it still can't go against our rights. So it's our duty as a citizen of the United States since birth to check up on the government, check up on any unconstitutional policies. Right. So we're not here to judge you guys for having that. We're just documenting it, and we're just standing our ground fully for our constitutional rights. Utah is open carry state. We're only open carrying a camera. So we're not testing Second Amendment here.
So what's your guys' plan as far as like being out here and being in this area?
Well,
and
right now, sir, as long as we can come to an agreement that, you know, we're okay. I mean, if you disagree.
All right, guys, pay attention here, because this becomes a classic debate between policy and constitutional rights. The journalist respectfully pushes back against the sergeant's explanation, making a key legal argument. Policies created by agencies cannot override constitutional protections. According to First Amendment principles in the United States, citizens generally have the right to record in publicly accessible areas of government buildings, provided they do not disrupt operations or violate security restrictions. The journalist stresses that they are not trying to provoke officers or create conflict. Instead, they claim their goal is to educate millions of viewers about civil liberties and government accountability. He even explains that their channel documents both positive and negative interactions with law enforcement. The sergeant listens carefully, maintaining a calm and professional demeanor while acknowledging the complexity of balancing security rules with constitutional rights inside a correctional facility.
I know that you have superiors that you have to, go by your job because you work here. I understand that.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
But if you want to go and find out any further, or I really wouldn't want you to call the police, but we see the police every day. You are the police.
Yeah.
You are the police, right?
Yes.
Well, it's kind of weird because sometimes we don't have sheriffs running a correctional facility, which
Like
is
a
better.
prioritized thing, yeah.
It's better that I always say that it's better for the sheriffs to run the facility. First of all, you guys are more professional. Way more professional. We have no one really leaves jail and says, great service. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I know for a fact from years ago, personal experience, that the sheriffs tends to be more laid back of a guard. He still makes sure that the things that his job is done, but he doesn't go around bullying inmates. There's a lot of inmates that are innocent here. Not everybody's guilty.
Right, for sure.
Not everybody's guilty. So a lot of guards don't go by that mentality. And I understand they're trying to stay safe because there is a lot of very dangerous people in here. But this is a very, very, very special job that you guys do. That's why it requires a very special person.
Right.
And a lot of the time, sir, these agencies are hiring just whoever has a clean record,
Right.
and not a clean mind, a clear mindset, you know. But we're not planning to be here all day. If you guys if we can agree, we just want to be here maybe like around 5-10 more minutes, film your signs here, and then we'll be on our way. I think it's better now as well that there's nobody here, because we don't like to, first of all, we've been in situations where even the visitation got canceled because we showed up. And I was like, oh man, these inmates are gonna be mad. But at the end of the day, they may be mad at that for visitation getting canceled that day. But at the end of the day, it's all for a good purpose. I was there. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. How long have you worked here?
Been here for 17 and a half years.
Oh, you started young here.
A little.
Yeah.
It's 27.
27? Oh, and you stay here for long?
And finally, the encounter begins to cool down. The journalist shifts the conversation from confrontation to understanding, acknowledging the difficulty of the officers' jobs and the responsibility that comes with running a correctional facility. He explains that many people inside jails are awaiting trial and not yet convicted, which is why transparency and accountability matter so much. The sergeant, who reveals he has worked at the facility for over 17 years, responds calmly and continues engaging in respectful dialogue. Both sides seem to recognize that the situation doesn't need to escalate further. The journalist assures them they only plan to record for a few more minutes before leaving. What started as a tense disagreement slowly turns into a surprisingly civil conversation about rights, security, and professionalism. In the end, the interaction demonstrates something powerful. how respectful communication can defuse conflict even when both sides strongly disagree.
Time, you're here.
No, man, I'm 45.
Nice, nice. We got the same haircut. Hey, man, thank you so much. I don't want
Your name again?
Enrique.
Enrique.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Eddie.
Eddie, nice to meet you, Eddie. And you, sir?
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Fragoso.
Fragoso. Okay.